community residential curriculum is really rooted in 3 learning outcomes, because we wanted students to be able to sort of benchmark what they are learning outside of the classroom, within the co-curricular and in our residence halls. So those 3 outcomes center around community development, our understanding of self and others, and life skills. Within fraternity and sorority life, I think that there are already some really close-knit groups of students, particularly because of the organizational values and those students already having some commonalities. What I think the curriculum helps then is for students across organizations to be able to speak with one another about their different values and approaches, because those do vary from organization to organization. I also think that, as somebody who's a sorority woman myself, while I may have 100 sisters within an organization, that doesn't mean that we've always had conversations about our own values and beliefs, or that we have developed community in the same way and have the same respect for one another.
Welcome to my crib.
Here in Demetize Hall, in the Greek community at SLU, it's my job as a resident advisor to unite the entire Greek community with the 13 different organizations that we have here. We're different from other universities because we have one home that we all can share together in one space. So we're a tight-knit community compared to...
Because you're living with one another and you are becoming more familiar with one another. So it's more of a respect thing around campus because you get to know different members and organizations that you wouldn't normally know outside of living in DMAT. So you foster respect in general for every other Greek member on campus.
It's a unique situation, of course, because we have groups with their own individual identities and a real attempt with the Greek Hall Council to develop a building and community identity. So you have several groups are easily accessible, and they can all be brought more deeply into the fuller life of the university. And I think that's an enormous asset. Having worked at other Jesuit universities, I believe having all Greek housing as we do here at St. Louis University is a real asset. I think it provides considerable opportunity for younger Greek students, particularly the sophomores in our building, to start developing a Greek system identity and really understanding what the Greek community is about. My experience in other universities with houses, separate houses, is that the whole Greek system, the community, is not really emphasized as well.
My experience in DMAT was a very good experience. Living in a quad with 3 other fraternity brothers, I was able to get really close to them, and it was an area where a bunch of guys from our fraternity could get together and hang out any time of the week. But it was also cool living down the hallway from other fraternity men, and I know that there's a bunch of instances where 2 different fraternities would live together. So it's a good way to bring the Greek community together and kind of show that we all are Greek and we can live together. There doesn't have to be division or competition between us. So overall, it was a really good experience.
So my experience in DMAT has been nothing but a positive community building experience that has really helped me become more aware of my Greek organization and what my values are as a member of this Greek organization. And then it's really helped me to get to know other members of different organizations and their values and how we can all come together in one building and in one place and learn about each other and learn to foster like an organizational community of Greek members.
And I just moved in here in January, and I've had nothing but an amazing experience in DMAT as well. And just getting to know all the other Greek organizations in here, as well as becoming closer with my sorority sisters, has been such a blessing, and it's a really special environment. And with supporting other organizations, we are such a Pan-Hellenic community in the sense that we are friends with each other outside of just our organizations. For example, I'm a member of the cheerleading squad called the St. Stations here at SLU. And there are 4 members of Kappa Delta on there, as well as 2 members of Alpha Delta Pi. And also on my Relay for Life organization, we have multiple Zetas as well as Delta Gammas. And it's really fun getting to know them outside of just living in the building, but being involved in them and extracurricular activities, it's another way of bonding and supporting our friends.
Definitely. And then at the end of the day, you can all come together and live in DMAT. It's a home base.
I don't know, like right down the hallway, like can be like your closest friends that you can like be lifelong friends with, and I feel like DMAT would be the best opportunity to be like that.
Something that's really exciting here in the Greek community at SLU is that the resident advisors are uniting each organization for Sexual Assault Awareness Month, which is something that we're all very passionate about here in the Greek community. And we'll be putting on a walk, we'll be signing pledges, and it's going to be an exciting time for all of the organizations to unite together for this cause.
It brings us together.
It really does. It's a sense of community. What is DMAT?
DMAT is home.
It's home.